Wake-up call with Dan Tortora on site, on location. We are here at the Wildcat Sportsbook, 3680 Milton Avenue in Camillus, New York. We have been here with the Wildcats of West Genesee for over 8 years. And so I'm just trying to be here long enough that I can be an assistant coach for Frank Colabufo. That's what I'm trying to do. So happy to be here with you all. We are here tonight with West Genesee Wildcats boys ice hockey. Of course, we are live worldwide on Facebook and YouTube.com, both /WakeUpCallDT, and on internet streaming radio on WakeUpCallDT.podbean.com, on site at the Wildcat, 3680 Milton Avenue, Camillus. Before I get started with these gentlemen and with Coach, please give your West Genesee 2025-26 boys ice hockey team a round of applause once more. So, Coach, you got some gentlemen here with you today. We have Logan, Riley, and Ryan. So please give these student athletes some love, show them some love. And as I told Coach, I'm coming home from the college football playoff, Syracuse to Dallas to Miami back home, 4,287 plus miles, and 2 games in less than 72 hours. Between the two of them, flying to Dallas to Miami, my game time was less than 12 hours. So I came home to be with the Wildcats. I will be with this team. I will be with the boys basketball team. And then I'm back on the road to the college football playoff. So West Genesee, you're worth coming home for. That's what I'll tell you. Coach, how are you? Of course. Coach, I do have to ask you this, and I know that I know you may not like this question because you're always very much not about yourself, but I think you have some of the best hair of the coaches in Central New York.
I appreciate that.
So bring me into the gentlemen that are here next to you tonight and why you wanted them to speak for the team and represent the team.
These are three seniors. They have letters on their jersey. Logan wears a C.
Oh, you're good. That's me. All right, go ahead.
Felt like I was in Show Park there for a second. Logan wears the C, and Riley and Ryan wear A's, and then we got an underclassman, Nick Mahoney, out there wearing an A.
So I'm going to start things off with Logan. Logan, how are you?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing well. So just bring me into first and foremost. I'm going to throw you right into the fire here. What's your favorite thing about Coach right here?
Coach, I love the way how he puts his players first and how he cares about us so much. And I think the way he coaches us, puts us in the best situation to win hockey games. And I think it's obviously one of the best coaches I've had in my entire career.
The game of hockey for you and learning from this game, what has he taught you specifically? What can you say Coach has actually kind of individually brought out of you?
I think he's brought the most out of me. I don't think I'm the most skilled player on the team. I think everyone can back it up. But I think Coach has brought the most out of me and made me the player I am on the ice and just be the best I can be.
How did he do that?
Push me every day in practice. Sometimes getting up on me, which is obviously deservable. But I think he pushed me every day in practice and just knew what I could be and just made me the player I am.
Riley, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Doing very well. So what can you say about Coach? What's your favorite thing about Coach away from hockey? Like, no hockey, we're not talking about leadership on the sport itself. What's your favorite thing about Coach?
I got to think he's always open. He's always got an open door. There's countless times in the season that I'll go to him and, maybe ask for hockey advice, and he'll just give a life lesson or, something more bigger than hockey. Work harder, do your homework, stuff like that. It's just more like a life lesson than hockey, more of the times than not that I get out of that.
What's the best life lesson that he's taught you?
I gotta say work ethic, showing up every day, being consistent, working hard.
And Ryan, how are you?
Fantastic.
Happy to have you here. What is something that you think you would kind of pay forward? Like Coach taught you this, so you would go teach somebody else. What's a pay it forward moment for Coach?
Probably how to take care of your hair. I mean, he's got pretty good hair. So.
How to take care of your hair, okay?
Yeah. No, but probably just the little things, like he makes us keep our locker room really neat, clean, the stall and everything. So focus on the little things and makes big things happen.
There's certain things that people don't think are connected, like keeping a clean locker room and what that means. But what he's teaching you, and Coach, you can tell me if I'm wrong here, but he's teaching you personal responsibility. He's teaching you how to be organized, how to be structured. Do you feel like things like that away from the game, like cleaning up the locker room, has that helped you be more structured, more organized in other parts of your life?
Yeah, probably like stuff with homework and little stuff around the house.
All right. Well, I want to stick with homework here for a second. What is your favorite class and your least favorite class?
Favorite, it's math probably. Least favorite, English.
Okay.
Yeah.
Favorite is math.
Yeah.
Have you always been good with numbers?
Yeah, here and there.
Okay, here and there. All right, Riley, I'm going to go back to you for this. All right, we got to promote school here because the student and student athlete is important.
Yeah.
So, favorite class, least favorite class?
My favorite class probably this year would be English. Least favorite, probably economics.
Economics?
Yeah, it's,
So you go the opposite of,
Yeah.
of Ryan on that. You like English, but not so much the numbers of it all. Wow.
yeah, I don't know. Economics gets a little repetitive sometimes. I like English. We have the same English class, so I don't know why he doesn't like it so much.
Okay, all right. Is there a project that you guys have had to work on together?
No, we usually just write a lot. I like to write. It's fun.
You like to write?
Yeah.
Just creative writing, whatever you want?
There's like certain prompts. There's a little bit of both, creative and then write about some prompts. So.
Are you going to be his tutor and help him out?
I would hope not.
Okay, fair enough. Logan, favorite class, least favorite class?
My favorite class is probably anatomy with Coach Long over there. You know?
Okay, anatomy, all right.
Yeah, and then probably least favorite, I'd probably have to go probably soup economics as well. As
Economics?
Yeah.
Okay. I was wondering if there was any teachers in the room.
No.
So,
Oh yeah.
so with anatomy,
Yeah.
why is anatomy your favorite?
It's something I want to do in the future, and
Okay.
I think he's a great teacher to teach it as well.
All right.
He brings the energy, and I just think he teaches the class very well as well.
So despite what they said about their least favorite classes, can we clap it up for education? I think education is important. Very important. All right, Coach. I want to bring it back to you because you and I have talked for many, many years, but we have not spoken about this. What was your favorite and least favorite class when you were in school?
I was not a math guy.
You were not a math guy, okay.
No. And I became an English teacher first. Actually.
Yeah.
So, yeah, I was gonna go into broadcasting. That was the plan.
All right.
But
It's never too late, Coach.
yeah, I know. And then the teaching thing and the coaching and
Yeah.
went in a different direction.
So, if you were broadcasting a West Genesee ice hockey game someday, who would be, like, if you could pick anybody to sit in with you and broadcast with you, who would be your person to do the broadcast with?
I guess I'd go with my dad.
Dad?
Yeah, he's filmed every game since 2001, so he's seen enough hockey.
Yeah. Let's clap it up for Dad. Can we show some love for Dad? So, Coach, you've heard them say nice things about you. I want to hear away from the rink something nice about each of these gentlemen.
Well, first I would say about all of them, all 30 of them. I'm most proud. Like, yeah, we've won a lot in the program over a lot of years.
Yeah.
But honestly, like one of the things I'm most proud of is and I think Coach Long and Lisa Long, and we got teachers here in the high school. But I think you can't, the hockey team at West Genesee, they carry themselves with character. They've always been a New York State Scholar athlete team. They represent our program in this community really, really well. So I think all 30 of them, first of all, if they didn't, they wouldn't be part of the 30. But the fact that they continue to do that year in and year out, I think that speaks volumes about their families who are here,
Yeah.
and what the kind of kid we get to work with. So I think all in all, that's one of the things I'm most proud of. In terms of these guys, when the season started, so since COVID, we've been the only Section 3 champion, and at Division 1. And when the season started, we bring a lot of experience into the season, but everyone had to play a different role, right? So everyone's walking into a different role, but you know what? We're still going to bring out everyone else's best game. And it really takes leadership and a belief and a trust to kind of get through that early part of the season. And we play some heavyweights. And it's not easy. You don't get to start where you finish, but I think the leadership that this leadership group has shown and the trust and the confidence in the program and in each other have gotten us to the point where this team's really starting to play West Genesee hockey, and it's a credit to them.
Yeah, and there's, clap that Logan, I'm going to go back to, when we talk about this, we talk about West Genesee hockey. It's different, right? Central and upstate New York. I mean, I'm literally wearing upstate on my chest today because, this community means the world to me. But there's West Genesee hockey that, to me, in the whole time I've known Frank and known anything about the Wildcats, there's a level that you have to meet. You can't just be good. You can't just be all right sometimes. There's this essence of a West Genesee Wildcat boys ice hockey student athlete that to me is just a really, really special undertaking. What does that mean to you to be a part of that family and a part of that history, Logan?
I think it's an honor. Growing up, going to the games, I think, just thinking, oh, that could be me. And obviously to this day, it's me right now. But I think it's an honor. It's something I'll carry for the rest of my life, and I'll tell my kids about. It's not easy to be, but at the end of the day, it's one of the greatest things you can be in your life.
When you're a little kid and you're watching West Genesee and you're thinking someday, do you ever go back and give yourself a moment to take a breath and say, like, to that little kid, I did it, I'm here, I'm one of those 30. Do you take those times?
100%. Every game, walking out, being the last one out, just like giving fist bumps to all the kids and like, they open the doors for us. It's like, that was me, not too long ago. And I think just reminiscing back to that, it's like, I think I made it pretty far, but I couldn't have had with myself, but also, the younger me just working hard and getting through everything.
Riley, I want to go to you on this. So, you just heard Logan talk about the fact of being a little kid and you stand out there, you slap high five with the players when the players come out. Then you get to switch and be one of those players. When you got to have that moment where you switch and you're a part of that, did that feel surreal? Did it feel strange?
Yeah, 100%. I mean, the show of Park Horn, the first time you hit the ice with the varsity guys, with the big guys, it's like, it's a pretty cool feeling to see, the fans and the student section and coming out to that. Every time the horn blows, it's kind of like chills, almost going out on the ice, especially because you grow up in that rank for CYHA or whatever, and you've been in that rank your whole life, and then it's finally varsity game night. It's pretty cool feeling.
Ryan, for you to be a Wildcat, to make it to this point, to have this moment in time, do you have a favorite moment so far of being a Wildcat?
Oh, I gotta think. Probably last year when we made it to the state championship. That was pretty cool. Hanging out in the hotel with all your boys. It's pretty fun. Yeah, I got the room with these two guys and his brother Mason, and coach was doing bed checks, and I was out running around chasing some kids, and he caught me. That was pretty cool.
He caught you, and that was pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty funny. So,
how did that all go down? You're chasing people, then he's chasing you.
So it was right around bed checks, around 10 o'clock or saying. Our manager Ben was out in the halls. And I was already in bed, but I heard him. I just decided to run out there and give him a little scare, and up comes coach.
How did that moment end for you? I mean, you're still alive, that's good, but how did it end?
I kind of ran back in my room, hid under the covers, and coach comes in, he's like, so what was that? Just go to bed.
So besides you, Ryan, who is most likely to be caught by coach not in their bed at curfew?
Oh, definitely Cam Tessa. You gotta watch out for that kid. Please. I've seen him do probably 6 or 7 times, do some silly stuff, and man, he's got lucky, but
What's the silliest thing that Cam has done?
you don't even want to know.
So you didn't even have to think about it. When I asked you, you looked directly
Yep.
at him.
Yep.
So you knew that was coming. All right, Riley. Riley, I'll go back to you here.
Yeah.
So we know the person that Ryan believes is not going to be great when it comes to bed check time. Who is on the other side of this? Who's like the dad of the student athletes? Who on this team is the one that you think is like an extension of coach?
This one really isn't close. It's Matthew Schneid any day of the week.
Okay.
He'll be in bed probably an hour before bed check, ready to go.
He'll be in bed an hour
Yeah,
before?
he'll be ready. He'll be asleep.
Okay. Matthew, would you agree? A lot of people think that. Okay. So has he always been this way? Is he like Mr. Consistent?
Yeah, it's Mr. Consistent, and he's always got the game face on. He's always, when he's in the rank, like you'll see, we take him from the rank, or from school to the rank sometimes, and he'll be all jokes, but then as soon as we get in the locker room, it's just, he's ready to rip, he's ready to go.
Okay. Logan, I'm going to go to you for this. Who on your team is most likely to play the most elaborate and successful prank?
Ryan Dolan for sure.
Alright. Why do you pick Ryan?
He's just a prankster, and just the stuff he does sometimes, like, damn, that kid can do some damage if he really wanted to.
Would you put it past him to steal a Zamboni?
No, I think that'd be hilarious. Get a video of that posted on Barstool or something, that'd be pretty funny.
Okay. And when you said Barstool, he meant Wake Up Call with Dan Tortora.
Oh, yeah,
we understood
that one
you.
too, yeah.
We got you. We got you. So before we go into rapid fire, where we can all put each other on the hot seat, Logan, for you, this specific season, from the start, from the first time you guys get on the ice to literally right now in this moment that we're sitting, what can you say has been the best teachable moment this year?
I think the best teachable moment was probably losing games. You know, a lot of us last year we didn't experience that at all, and I think the year prior we didn't experience that at all. So I think losing games really, you know, hit us deep. A lot of us too. I'm sure these boys felt it too. You know, losing games really like made us look back and go, we gotta fix some things. And I think ever since then we've been, you know, clicking pretty good. And I think it's just gonna go only up from here. I think this team can go a lot farther than people think we can.
Riley, for you, when you hear Logan talk about going through some adversity that we don't always see here at West Genesee, is there a moment or two within that adversity that you felt like you personally really learned something that you took away?
I think you gain a lot from just looking around the locker room. Like, the boys were feeling pretty down. You know, it was not a great start to the season, but you look around the locker room and, you know, there's guys who were feeling down, and then you start to see them gain a little momentum, and then that kind of really gets us going, you know, gaining momentum, you know, the locker room like vibes kind of lighten up and start to build on this kind of confidence here.
Ryan, for you, they talk about don't let one loss beat you twice, don't let that beat you again and beat you again. So you hear Riley talk about momentum. How does this team shift to get out of those adversity moments? What is that thing that helps you flip the switch in the positive direction?
Probably just coming back to practice the next day and really focusing on the stuff that messed up in the game prior.
So is there a moment for you that you felt like really stuck with you so far at this point that kind of maybe put a chip on your shoulder?
Not really, but the Beeville game, we lost 2-1. Probably could have won that, so that kind of sucked. So coming to practice the next few days after that, was pretty focused, and yeah.
Fair enough. All right. Coach, I'm going to have the mic go back to you. You smiled and laughed a little bit here. What was practice like after that Beeville loss?
I think it was just, we had to kind of take a deep look at ourselves and kind of remind ourselves of what the standard is and what is, like, like it's some of the stuff that we were doing just isn't acceptable. And we had to break old habits and form the right habits, and we just kept things pretty simple and repetitive until we started to get better.
What have you seen? You hear the guys talk about what they've learned and what they've taken away and how they've been motivated by going through adversity. What have you seen from all 30 of them up to this point?
I think I've seen a resolve in the group. I think I've seen a perseverance and a determination that, like, yeah, we don't like this losing thing, and like, yeah, we lost. I mean, we've lost 2 games. Well, at the time, we got down to Pittsburgh, who's very, very good, state ranked, top 5 in the state, and we were down 3-0 going into the third, and tied it up 3-3. Ended up losing 5-3 empty net. Bevo we outshot. We ended up losing 2-1. We lost to Skinny Atlas in overtime 2-1. So I think we were very close. I mean, you know, we don't give up goals. We don't. Our goaltending has been solid between Donovan and Carter. They've done a great job. We're keeping it to 2 or less. That's the standard. But in the beginning, we just weren't scoring. But over the last 4 or 5 games, we're getting 4 or 5 goals a game. Our standard's 4. So I think you're starting to see it click. And I'm looking forward to the second half.
How have you, I mean, you hear the guys talk about adversity. How has this season challenged you and kind of brought out maybe something else in you?
I think it's made me a better coach in a lot of ways. I think in the beginning, when you're going through that kind of stuff, you gotta step back and teach, right? Like, okay, well, maybe it's me. Maybe I gotta find a better way to communicate this message, right? So I think there was a lot of self-reflection on my part, on the coaching staff's part. And then we had to try to figure out, okay, if we can't do all of this right now, what can we do well? And what do we need to do to give ourselves a chance? And we did that. And now, and I think they'll tell you, the last over break and right up to today's practice, we're starting to introduce some more sophisticated stuff that we're now able to handle.
And I'm excited to see what's coming up here in Shove Park. I love going to Shove. There's something special about it. I don't think I've ever been to a game where there's not like a ton of like ice and snow and sludge outside, and just getting in there is an ice rink in and of itself. But once you get inside and you experience it and you're in the stands and there's never an empty seat and there's people standing everywhere, it's just a really special place. And it doesn't feel like it's any different between high school or college or pro. Like, to me, hockey is hockey. And when you go to Shove, I just love the fact that that atmosphere really is electric all the time. But that's because of all of you, of course. So let's get into rapid fire. Logan, you can ask me any question, any topic, no pressure. We're just live to the world and to these wonderful people sitting with us. I have to answer.
So you've obviously done a lot of games broadcasting. You went to college football. What's the best game you've been to over your career?
Of any sport?
Of any sport.
22 plus years.
Yeah, anything.
Best one.
The best one.
That's insane. I would say the best one that I've ever been to as a broadcaster. It's a good question. Honestly, I feel like I would have to say, so last year the college football playoff expanded to 12, from 4 to 12. And there's only like 300 or so media in the whole world. Like, there's people from overseas. So when you go to get a credential, and I work for myself and own my own company, so you got ESPN and Fox and Yahoo and NBC and CBS and so on and so forth, and you apply for a credential, and you think, you know, God, you've always guided me with this. I've worked my butt off. I have over 5,000 guests on the show. I feel like, you know, I have the work to show it. But when you apply and you hit that button, you don't know. And I remember laying in bed, it was a Sunday morning, I woke up, I looked at my phone, and I saw, you've been approved for the College Football Playoff National Championship. I smiled, I thanked God, I went back to sleep for a little while. And this year when it happened again, it was right after Christmas, it was the day after Christmas, and I was over at my mom's house, and I jumped up and down like a little kid. And I just, those moments remind me that I am so deeply in love with this thing 22 years later. And I hope that you guys have that. I hope with hockey and with anything you find in your life, I hope you are so in love with it like he is with hockey. Like, the reason why I'm passionate about hockey as much as I am, and the reason why I get excited every season has to do with the Frank Colabufos of the world. So, I mean, I would say it's going to the national championship last year, standing on the field, and then going to my seat, calling my parents, called my mom and my dad individually, and I said, like, Mom, I did it, Dad, I did it, and knowing in my head how I am, like, I've barely done anything in my life. That's how I always am. Whatever I've done, I can do more. And I just remember their reaction, and I remember having tears in my eyes thinking, thank you, God, for this moment, and thank you that my parents are alive, that I can share it with them. That's what I would say. So, Logan's got to take the mic back. I had a question for Logan. You ain't done. So, all right, Logan. If you were to take over my show tomorrow morning, and Wake Up Call is hosted by you, who are the 3 guests that you're having on the show? There's nothing holding you back. You can have anybody in the world. You got 3 guests. Who do you have and why?
I think I'm going to take one of our football players, Anthony Bowles.
Okay.
Because he's a pretty funny guy.
Okay.
And then I'm probably going to take Ryan Dalton.
Okay.
And then probably Sam Vermont, too, who I bring to school, or not school, practice every day, and bring him home from practice every day.
Why those 3?
Sam, I've gotten to know Sam a lot these past 2 years, and I think just having him on the show would be sick, with him every day. And Ryan Dalton, just because he's a funny guy. Same with Anthony, too. I think he'd bring a lot of life to the party.
Okay, all right, a lot of comedy. I like that. We like comedy on Wake Up Call. All right, Riley, what do you got for me?
I'd probably have to go same with it, similar on the job. Like, what is your favorite part of your job? Whether it's like meeting with high school athletes or flying out to go see the college football playoffs. Like, what's your favorite part?
I never have the same day twice. I never do. And I mean, we're live Monday through Friday from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. Eastern time, but like every day is different. And this is what I love. I love this. I love reaching out to coaches and players and saying, like, can I speak to you? Can I speak to your team? Can we spend some time together? Because I don't know how the rest of the media does their job, and it's not my job to know. But what I know from my heart is I love God first. I have morals and values. I tell the truth every time. And I'm a relationship-based person, not a transactional person. I don't treat people like, what can I get, and then on to the next. My thing is, if you're on my show today, like you gentlemen are, you're on my show for life. You want to come back in 10 years? Come back. You're a janitor, you're a doctor, you're a business owner, doesn't matter what you're doing. You want to be back on the show, you're always welcome. So to me, it's the stories, it's the people, and it's letting people know that they matter. I started this company as a redheaded stepchild. I said I wasn't I didn't go your typical route. So my job every single day is to let every man, woman, and child know that you matter. You matter to God, you matter to me, you have a place in this world, and there is no one's story that is not worth telling. So that's what I would say. So, my question back to you, Riley. So, I travel a lot, I get to try a lot of different food. If you could blink and be anywhere in the world eating any type of food, where would you go and what would you eat?
I'd probably be overseas somewhere eating sushi.
Okay.
I love sushi.
You love sushi. What's your favorite? Do you have a favorite sushi roll?
Anything from Wegmans.
Anything?
The boys here go to Wegmans probably twice, 3 times a month, and just get sushi, pile up on that.
Yeah. So to those of you overseas, you got to top Wegmans. So
Gotta try
that
it
is what
somewhere
I
else.
tried first, though.
Yeah.
Because it was many years ago. I was in college, and I was dating a girl at the time. She's like, "Have you ever had sushi?" And I said, "No." She's like, "You have to try it." And I was really nervous. I was concerned. So I tried the California roll from Wegmans, which is like
Solid.
the gateway
Solid,
one,
yeah.
right? And it's good. It's very good. So do you have a favorite?
No, not really. I mean, we just kind of go there after practice or game sometime and just probably get like 4 or 5 boxes and eat it all up.
I love the fact that you said you would go overseas, but your tester is
It's
Wegmans.
Wegmans, yeah.
So I love it. And if you went overseas and you're like, it's good, but it's not
But
like
Wegmans is home.
good.
Yeah, Wegmans is home.
All right. Okay. So Wegmans, I think we said your name enough. You're a sponsor now. Okay. So Ryan, what do you got for me?
My question is, what's your favorite Coach Colabufo moment?
Oh wow. It's been a lot of years, Coach. Honestly, I would have to say it's the conversations off the air. It's like when we get to visit, we just get to talk. I think, for me, I have the utmost respect for him. Like, beyond. I don't know if I could put into words how much I respect the character of a human being that he is. Like, it's not just, yes, he wins a lot and he has a lot of success, but I've been around a lot of coaches in a lot of different sports, professionally, collegiately, high school, whatever, you name it. And there's coaches that win with grace, and there's coaches that win with ego. And coaches that win with ego that forget where they come from, I don't care how many times they win, I don't need to talk to those people. I would, and I'm not saying this because you're sitting here, if this man was in a desert and he was struggling, I'd put him on my back and carry the guy. Like, there's something about him to this community, and I think my favorite moments are when coaches made me feel like I actually matter to this community. Because coming from him, a nice message, a kind message, a thank you message from Coach Colabufo, to me, that holds more weight than maybe from somebody else. So if I do something that he says thank you for, it makes me just want to give more to the community, because honestly, 5 minutes with him just talking about life, or just shaking his hand and saying thank you for being here, or the fact that he cared enough to bring you guys out tonight, these are the things that mean the world to me. So yeah, I love being at the college football playoff. But if you ask me, is that more important than you guys? It's not. And if you don't know your home and you don't know your community, what do you know? I came back here to start my company. And people like him remind me every single day why Central and Upstate New York is the gosh darn best place to be. That's what I would say. All right, Ryan, I gotta give you something here. So we're gonna have some fun with superpowers. So you get to give superpowers to yourself, to Riley, and to Logan. What superpower, and they're all different superpowers. So you guys are gonna go save the world. What are your 3 superpowers? And I need to know the name of your superhero group.
Just give me a second.
All right.
It's hard. Brain fog. My superpower would probably be like, give me the 6 feet tall.
Not giant, just 6 feet tall.
6'2",
I feel you,
6'3",
brother.
anything.
I feel you, man. I feel you.
Logan, I don't know. Maybe like super speed or something, I don't know.
Okay.
And Riley, give him super strength. He's a little boy, so anything can help. And then our group, it's a good group. The 3 Musketeers, I don't know.
All right. Fair enough. All right, Coach, you get the final word here. You get to ask me one, and I'll ask you one.
All right. So, in this crazy college football world we seem to be living in, how would you fix it?
I spent a lot of time on my show thinking about if I was the commissioner of football, which they need one. But how would I fix it? One, if you talk to a coach or a player during the season, every offense is tampering, every offense is finable, and the first fine is $100,000, the second fine is $500,000, the third fine, I'm taking scholarships away. And unfortunately, in the world that we live in, and I don't get this because I was raised to have personal responsibility, some people don't react unless you take their money and their stuff. So I think we have to fix the calendar for sure. I mean, the portal opened on January 2nd. I'm covering the college football playoff, which ends January 19th. That doesn't make any sense, does it? Does the NFL have free agency before the end of the Super Bowl? No. So you have to change the calendar. You can't just have this like free agency moving. And if a student athlete decides to quit during the season and redshirt themselves, then whatever money they made in NIL, they have to pay 100% of that back to the team. I don't care if you spend it all. That's not my problem. Because there are guys that played 4 games and then they told the team, I'm redshirting. You can't redshirt yourself. I've never heard of that. So I think the rules need to be put in place better. I think that we have to not talk to coaches until the season is over. There can be no transfer portal movement until the season is over. When I say season is over, I'm not talking about your season. I'm talking about the college football playoff national championship has been played, just like the Super Bowl, and now it's over. The college football world functions where they're not amateur, but they're not pro. So they don't have parameters like the NFL, but they want to act like the NFL. You can't do both. You're either one or the other. So change the calendar, keep kids responsible, keep coaches responsible, start fining, and if you transfer more than one time, I'm reinstituting that you sit out a year. That is what I would do. And I will tell you this beyond any shadow of a doubt. College football and college sports need to teach our young kids that education matters again, that team matters again, and we need to stop making this me over team. Because all I've seen happen since 2020 is we've created a world of people that go to college and are not ready for the real world, and college is supposed to prepare you. Real life does not give an 18-year-old $1 million and no responsibility. Real world doesn't say that you sit on your butt and you get to make all this money, and when you leave, you get to take all this money, and then it's, oh well, I guess you got all the money from Alabama, now you can go get some from Texas. We have to start teaching our youth about real, genuine life, because who are we as adults and teachers if we let them go to college, we let them go through this the way they're going through it, and they are worse off to handle a family than when they went to college. We have to do better. We have to. I'm ready, NCAA. I'm ready for it. So, my question back to you, Coach. All right. If you and I were going to take a trip for a week, and we're going to broadcast in 5 different places, and it's just going to be you and me hosting shows wherever we want to go, what 5 cities in the world would you and I co-host Wake Up Call?
Wow.
You've earned the right, Coach. I'm taking you with me. Where are we going?
All right. Well, a couple summers ago, I've never been, other than Canada, I've never been out of the country until a couple years ago. And I got the opportunity to travel with my wife, Ann, to Italy to watch our son Daniel play in Italy and Switzerland for 9 days. And I got to tell you, that was amazing. So I would love to go to northern Italy, probably somewhere in Switzerland. Maybe we could do the Olympics. You know, we could start there.
All right. Okay.
I hear Greece is pretty cool.
Yeah.
Never been there. And then I don't know. I guess back here in the United States, I've never been to California.
Okay. I've been to San Diego, so maybe we'll go to San Diego.
All right. And I don't know. I guess we could go to Miami for the college football playoffs.
There we go. All right. So as you've heard it, Coach has invited me, and after the invited himself, and after the college football playoff, we will be going to Greece, Switzerland, Italy, and then wrap things up in San Diego.
All right.
That sounds fair.
Yeah.
So for Logan, for Riley, for Ryan, for Coach Colabufo, for myself, for all 30 of these gentlemen, for their families, and for the entire community at West Genesee that always makes me feel priceless. I cannot thank you enough. West Genesee Wildcats every month here on Wake Up Call at the Wildcat Sports Pub. Boys ice hockey. Go and support the team this season. Support all your Wildcats. And as we always say here, God bless. No stress. Do your best. Happy 2026. Let's give these guys a round of applause one more time.